Okay. Oh, I couldn't tell you what the issue was. I reinstalled the Elgato drivers very quick. Then the device was gone altogether. Then I rebooted Windows. And it was fine. Twilight Princess. We completed the mirror. And we went into the Cave of Ordeals. And we got to the final encounter. And... I think I used this one. Let's use this one for consistency and so you can see the map. Yeah. So, funny story about the Cave of Ordeals. Remember that really glowy purple thingy, purple potion that I used up in pursuit of beating this? That was a Great Fairy's potion, Great Fairy's tears, something to that effect. Yeah, it turns out that's the reward for finishing the Cave of Ordeals. It's not a permanent stat upgrade, it's not half damage or something cool, it's a fancy potion. So I'm not gonna go back there for bragging rights. I think when I beat that Dark Knight on a quarter heart last session, I did all the cool stuff I want to accomplish in this game in terms of super challenging things. It's fine. It is absolutely fine. A little worried about like we blew through all the resources. Oh. No, you don't. Not the water. What does regular water even do in this game? Does it do anything, ever? I mean, it's nice and immersive, but... Can put that on the bottle. Water, it's immersive. Oh god. So I'm just gonna fill up all our bottles with tiny winged life insurance. Then I'm going to go to Agatha, hand in some of the bugs we hopefully still have. For some money. Use that money to buy some bombs. And that will be it. There's also like a zoom we can get on our bow and arrow. Oh, arrows would actually be a good idea too. But yeah, this eagle eye zoom thingy that you can still get. I'm not even sure if it's HD remake exclusive or whatever. We'll be fine without it. Yeah. Anyway, I tried streaming on YouTube. Oh, we transformed back? How did he recognize us? Greetings, Mr. Link. I've come to deliver a letter. There is a letter for you, Link. 3 letters, in fact. God, you know, you side quest people. Gotta save the realm and all that. Let's have a look. Which of these are new? challenge for you. The star game has been upgraded because we now have the double hook shot. Hey kid, awesome. My son said he wanted to write your letter. He worked so hard on it. Goodness, yes. Oh no, it's you, Uka. Thank you for all your help, both on land and in the sky. Dear Lucas, thank you as well. Come visit us anytime. Take care. Well, that's nice. Dear Link, after we parted, I tried that word on those statues I could find in Hyrule, but it was a disaster. How disappointing. But if I let something so small get to me, my dear father will scoff at me from beyond the mortal coil. I'm going back to the sanctuary in Kaguryo village to see if I can find another lead. I certainly hope that if you find any more information, you will share it with me post-haste. The Dream Chaser, Shard. Keep up the good work, Shard. Anyway, YouTube. Tried streaming on YouTube. Yeah, it was fine in terms of the experience. I don't love the chat integration in Streamlabs OBS is limited to reading. Like, you can't really interact with chat. I'm not sure if that extends to modding, but I certainly couldn't write in my own chat. I could only see it, and then I had to pop it out into a browser window to do anything with that. So that's inconvenient, but maybe not a deal breaker to, ever do YouTube streams. I'm not affiliated, I'm not partnered, I can do whatever I want. Still doesn't open that way, huh? Do I have any interesting... he said 40 bows, and we have 32, so that's a no-go. Bye, kitties. Other than that, the ultra-low latency seems interesting, because I've been thinking about streaming Undertale with friends at some point. In this way I wouldn't have to waste the bandwidth. Maybe this way I wouldn't have to waste the bandwidth on a separate Discord stream so they can react with me rather than with a delay. Okay, I think that will net us about 200. I want to tie your long antennae into boughs. That's horrifying. Agatha, maybe you shouldn't have access to this many small animals. Also, may I just say that I know all the animals are alive that we bring to her, and they just kind of live on her little, on that tree she has and all that. But she also has bug collections on the walls, so I'm really not sure what to make of that. Yeah. Anyway. Is the Emporium even open at this time of day, or do I have to come back? So, if there is a time advancement thing... Oh good, it's 24/7. Everyday young life. Jundesu. 10 arrows for 5 rupees. That's actually a good deal in a Zelda game. How many was that? Set of 30 and 15 water bombs. Ah. I suppose... we don't need a blue potion. We had 14 hearts with 4 fairies. Like, I really want to see the boss who'll take us down with this kind of equipment. Yeah, let's scoot and teleport, and then finally get into the Twilight Realm. Yeah. So I'm not sure if streaming directly on YouTube will be a thing I do in the future. I mean, I have a small, but you know, loyal following here on Twitch, and I don't wanna just impose on everyone to, hey, if you wanna see my stuff live, gotta scoot on you over to YouTube. Some folks might not be up for that. It was obviously a reaction to the Twitch do better situation, in the sense that Twitch isn't doing better, or has yet to do better with regard to hate rates and harassment, marginalized groups in general. Also elected for the very first time to add the tags ADHD and mental health to my own stream today. Simply because previously I was under the impression these tags were used for streams that specifically have like discussions on this, or concern games that are playing games into discussion of stuff regarding the mental health and so on and so forth. In practice, it seems to be more of a visibility and, you know, also to an extent a pride thing, as in, yeah, we're neurodiverse but we're valid. And in that vein, I want to try using those tags too. Obviously, I hope we won't be getting any unwanted attention, as a lot of folks have been getting lately. But there's also such a thing as good attention, as in being here and being able to say, I got ADHD, I'm a little scattered when it comes to gameplay, and I don't mind discussing the experience. And that other people might get something out of it, rather than a better understanding of the condition in general. Maybe they're still exploring whether or not they themselves might be affected, how to better interpret and maybe even talk to people in their lives who are or might be affected, and so on and so forth. You know, the kind of visibility that ultimately may hopefully lead to someone's life improving. Plus, I talk about it a bunch on stream anyway, so with regard to my ADHD and also anxiety and depression, so there's a big old Twilight mirror. I was stuck that the Twilight mirror and a lot of the tech of the old ones was just the brightest possible light, just like pure white, in a stark contrast to the darkness they thought to banish. Some call our world a realm of shadows. But that makes it sound unpleasant. The twilight there holds a serene beauty. You have seen it yourself as the sun sets on this world. Bathed in that light, all people were pure and gentle. But things changed once that foul power pervaded the world. It was all our doing. We overestimated our abilities as sages and attempted to put an end to Ganondorf's evil magic. I hope you can find it in yourself to forgive our carelessness. O Twilight Princess. Yes, took us this long to actually tell us, huh? What? So you knew? As a ruler who fled her people, I'm hardly qualified to forgive you. Oh wow, they even tease her true form here. I didn't remember that. And sure, without part of the fused shadow. Look at that little gremlin. In our world, we've long believed that the hero would appear as a divine beast. Ah, another Zelda connection. That's why when I found you, I thought I could use you, Link. I love Midna so much. I love that she has a dark side. And we cared about returning our world to normal. I didn't care what happened to the world of light. Not at all. But after witnessing the selfless lengths that Princess Zelda and you have gone to, your sacrifices, I now know, in the bottom of my heart, that I must save this world too. There's no other way. If we can just defeat Zant, the curse on me will dissolve, and we may be able to revive Zelda. Let's go, Link. For Zelda, for all of this world. Oh. Hyrule running a little low on sages, huh? Down to 5 now. Oh, luxurious. Yeah, some of the old tech or divine tech designs in Skyward Sword were also pretty dope. Can Link even be human in the Twilight Realm? Listen, Link, can I ask you one last selfish favor? Why does she appear like this in this world? Regardless of what my reasons may have been, I once abandoned this world, left behind the Twili, those who had followed me, who considered me their ruler. Even now, as they remain here suffering, they believe that help will come for this world. But if they were to see that the only help for them was a hideous little imp, did you think they'd feel let down? I don't know. Own it? Only for a little bit longer. Do you mind if I continue to hide as your shadow while you're in human form? Oh, she chooses to remain in this form. I'm sorry. You know. Wait, this guy isn't an enemy Link, and I figured he looked different. They might look different, but they're inhabitants of this world. They might no different from the guys who fought us. Zant, how could he? He kind of put those thingies on their heads to control them, huh? And deform their bodies. Okay, let's try the front gate, and we'll probably be redirected to do something else. Birds. Trumpet birds. Yes. It's under us, isn't it? Oh, whatever. Is this one even part of the fight? These barriers obvious. Huh. The way I remember this, it's like 3 mini dungeons that kind of form a still somewhat on the short side dungeon. And I think it's mostly repeats of older puzzles, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you know, your standard Zelda finale deal. Will this be on the test? Yes, it will. Oh, hi! Simple enough. Poke it. Move on. Sorry, been playing other games. In fact, I've been playing Sekiro. Rolling mentioned this before, and the game finally clicked with me. Like, I attempted to play it, I'll say Christmas after it came out. So I didn't get it immediately, but eventually. Look, this one works. Think, be careful. The black fog made up shadow crystals created by Zant. They blot out light. It's responsible for stealing the light from the spirits and turning your world into twilight. But he's not all powerful. We're prepared too. We can turn you to a normal state whenever you need me, so don't worry. But we would maybe use the lantern or something. This is way simple. Yeah. And I've been playing Souls games like I played through them all. Soulspawn stuff. So it was really frustrating when Sekiro didn't click. And I really struggled with it. I mean, classic Souls player goes in, thinks he can dodge and block everything. And that turned out not to be true. Like, parrying is really important in this game. And eventually, I figured out, when I got back to it, I finally managed to figure out a control scheme, because the game is also very different from regular Souls titles. There's some parallels, of course, but there's a bunch of extra things you need to do, and you need to be able to do them at the drop of a hat. So eventually I had to devise my own control scheme, because the defaults didn't sit well with me, and trying to turn it into a Souls-like experience also didn't work. So eventually it kind of just became its own thing, and I managed to find something that... what is it with Nintendo and hands? Just gonna summon... oh, that's not bad. Yeah, with that control scheme, things finally clicked with me. And I managed to get much better. That shining sphere illuminates the world. It's called a soul. It's like the sun of your world, Link. The power of the soul is the source of life in this world. It is pure power. Oh, as long as you have this. Would you take the soul to the tree at the entrance to the world, please? Huh. Or something. Anyway. Oh, it's Wallmaster. Could you not? Okay, we can shut it down for a little while. And then hopefully we can do this. And scooch on out of here. I mean, good on them. Good on them making Warmaster menacing again. Found the older I get, the more Warmaster is one issue with reflexes than anything, you know, tangibly scary. Okay. Do I have to augment my bow? Yes, I will. Not enough. Okay, I guess the extra bomb treatment is completely useless. Oh. I'm not even sure that's the right door, but gotta be, right? Oh, here's someone eager to earn Employee of the Month. Come on. Oh. So, if they also go, oh, are the sages just what Hylians looked like in that age? You're not gonna turn back. This is fixing you for now. Okay. Yeah? Heated wallabies don't care about the lights, so let's just fix all of Midnar's folks. I have some questions regarding the design. Okay, so I'm not gonna eat it. Oh, hello. Should be one more soul. We can find that. It should lead us to Zant. Sorry, I'm gonna return you to normal momentarily. Yeah. So why am I not streaming Sekiro? Two reasons. First of all, it's nice to sometimes have a game that is just for me. And also, rather than the regular Bandai Namco, Sekiro was published by Activision, and Activision's in the doghouse and probably will remain there for a long ass time, if not indefinitely, for reasons that have been well publicized recently. Oh, thank God, Bandai Namco is publishing Elden Ring. And the thing is, we're learning so many unsettling things about the video game industry. Again and again. It's always Western developers. Oh, hi, Redmaker. And thank you for hosting my stream. Thank you so much. How do I get back up here? Just, no? Huh. Really? Really, game? Oh, wait. At least they didn't immediately forget about the double hook shot. So what was this supposed to accomplish? Oh. There we go. Well, don't know what to tell you. You had better chances at a distance. Where was I? So all the really bad and nasty stuff we learn about, it's usually Western developers, not so much Japanese developers, with some choice exceptions. But like, at this point I wonder, is it just because Japanese companies are maybe more mum about their work culture, like in the sense that not so much stuff gets out? Or is it maybe also I need to beat all of you? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Or is it maybe also that the way Japanese work culture is more formalized, that also a lot less really bad stuff happens? I mean, crunch is probably not at all uncommon, but like sexual harassment and such. Is that maybe something someone is more likely to get shit canned than in a bro-esque Western company? I really have no idea. Like, it could go either way. It could be that it just happens, but nobody talks about it. Or that maybe the notion of not tarnishing the company puts that much pressure on people to, you know, show some decency and leave some proclivities outside. With proclivities, I mean complete and utter assholery and creepiness, but yeah, I don't know. I really... I mean, I think this may have been, like I got on this tangent, I think before you came in, I was talking about how I got back into Sekiro and finally making some progress, in the game, and how I'm not gonna stream that because it was published by Activision, because Activision Blizzard did so much really heinous shit. And then I noted that the next From Software game is published again by Bandai Namco. And I was just wondering if... Yeah, do we not hear that much from Japanese companies? Yeah, that's I think how it goes a lot of times, that you just have some folks who knew each other in college and they start a company together, and that's not in and of itself a bad thing. It just turns into this situation where human resources or, you know, or rather boundaries, are this afterthought. And you either click with the core group or you don't. And in case of a lot of women in the game industry, clicking with the group often meant playing nice with a bunch of creeps. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that maybe they have more of a more clear-cut expectation regarding keeping certain things separate. And that might lead to less horror stories. Or better hidden horror stories, I really don't know. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, the Japanese, they never have abuse stories. Everything must be perfect there. Yeah, no. It really doesn't. And once it's really part of the company culture, it seems to be almost impossible to get out. Like the way Ubisoft claims to have reformed, and it really didn't. You mean with your charges or with your co-workers? Like, I could see both. Like, you're close to the kids you work to, because they also have that emotional need to, in the absence of their parents, but also your co-workers, because you're taking care of kids together and things get emotional sometimes. Oh yeah, I can imagine. And it's tough to navigate. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, they don't obey the rule of resurrection that we've... Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry that happened to you. And it's also the thing that once you reach a certain age, a lot of your social life revolves around work, by definition. And making friends just becomes more difficult. Like, it was so easy to meet new people in school, in college, and whatnot. But then you grow out of that age, and your life becomes more focused on a smaller circle of people, and making friends at work for one reason or another may not even be particularly advisable. To say nothing of romantic partners. And yeah, and life gets more complex. You have a lot of stuff on your mind, and like it's a simple thing, but I'm low-key glad I never got my driver's license. Like, I know it would be a valuable skill to have. But the idea of having to take care of this huge contraption, having a place to store it, pay taxes on it, fill it up with gas, keep an eye on the gas prices if money is tight, all that stuff. Like, sure, I'm less mobile in certain ways, but it's just one example. Of course, that doesn't really translate to interhuman relationships, but it's just one of the things where adult life can get just more complex by having, say, a car. Yeah. There's a joy in forgetting about certain things after a while in these games. One of the reasons I play older games on stream. Because it must have been a good 10 years since I played Twilight Princess. And I had completely forgotten about this version of Wallmaster, and I'm just delighted. It's such a good way of using that creepy hand. Oh my god. Yeah, but who do you go with? Because maybe you want to experience that with other people, and then... Uh-huh, uh-huh. For me, you... Sneaky... Okay, let's direct our buddy here. Actually, let's be a little cheeky. Let's get Wallmaster all the way over here. Stun it. Also, did we stun it in one swoop with this one? Well, I guess it saves arrows. It's stronger than arrows, but I'll take it. Okay. Shit. It's already on the prowl. Oh, it was a good idea. Yeah, and it's not a bad outlook. Like um, just experience what's out there in the world, and if you can share it with someone, that's nice. If not, you still had that experience. One of my main hobbies is like pen and paper RPGs, and that can involve a lot of scheduling with a lot of adults. Oh, shit. Oh, how nice. Ah, this one stops here. Oh, poop. I had a philosophy teacher in school who said, students and also teachers are often like water in the sense that they take the path of least resistance. And he was absolutely right on the money, and I don't mean this. I also don't mean this disparagingly, it's just a way, that's how we operate. Because, like we agreed on earlier, adult life can be a lot. I really like the Tweely designs. I really do, but also Midna's imp form seems more in line with how the Tweely by and large look than her supermodel real form. I mean, look at these little droplets of joy. Oh wow. Did we get the power of the sun? Light filled the Master Sword. Its blade glows with a golden light in the Twilight Realm. With it, you can cut through dark fog. Nice. Amazing. The power of the souls has been transferred to your sword. Do you need that sword when you go back at the end of the game? Because you can have it. Link's not gonna need it anymore for a while. The guardian deities of my world are on our side too. You really are the chosen one, Link, a true hero. As long as you have the sword, you should be able to repel the shadow Zant spread. And probably also play... I was about to say tennis, but we don't really play tennis with Zant. We do that with Possessed Zelda, right? Yep. Praise the sun indeed. Okay, now I'll do this. Yes, Midna, I know. I'm doing a poor job. There we go. Anyway, I'm glad the next From Software game is not going to be published by a shit company. really curious what the process from and George R. R. Martin is gonna look like. Like if they're ever gonna do interviews on how they approach the work. Because it could have just been a glorified publicity thing. Huh. As in, yeah, he provides some stuff, but by and large it's still Miyazaki writing. Yeah, that's true. Very much so. Companies, especially big ones, they're not our friends, they're not inherently good. They can be less shit. Yeah, I've become a lot more aware of... I mean, I wouldn't say aware, I always knew that. You know, the whole perpetual growth thing was unsustainable. But I guess more sensitive to the many ways it affects us. And I guess the fact that climate change is just accelerating, or the effects of it are accelerating at a very noticeable pace, makes it easier to be reminded of all these ill effects. But yeah, as long as companies operate under the idea of perpetual growth and not just earning money, but earning all the money, we are gonna have some unsolved issues. For some reason I remember this balcony, so I'm not sure if it's particularly troublesome or just something that was a cool vista. I still adore their little trumpets. Also, this game came out very closely to Metroid Prime Echoes. So I'm just getting a vibe that Nintendo had. Yeah, let's do a Shadow World again. But ultimately they did a full one for Metroid rather than for a Zelda game. I could totally see a fully realized Twilight Realm that is similar to the Shadow World in A Link to the Past. That was on the table at one point. I still think a Zelda game where Link and Zelda are trapped in parallel dimensions and you switch between them or play through it co-op would be really cool. And they're like, the fuck? Oh, there's of course this. I'm gonna say piece of heart. Oh, even more important. Oh, this was really just to poke the bear and get those Zant heads in here, huh? Okay. Okay, missed opportunity in Breath of the Wild, unless I just never noticed it. But you can get the Twilight Princess outfit through Amiibo shenanigans, which sucks, but you can get the Twilight Princess outfit in Breath of the Wild. And when you're near Ganon, or Malice rather, the Master Sword starts glowing and gets a power-up. And unless I'm not mistaken, they just give you the outfit, but not the alternate Master Sword look. And I feel that's a missed opportunity. Keep wondering if maybe at some point when it's on sale, I want to get Breath of the Wild on the Switch, because big air quotes, only have it on the Wii U. It's perfectly fine on the Wii U. Like, maybe the frame rate is a little better on the Switch here and there, but Yeah, those. I started my DLC playthrough with on Master Mode. And on Master Mode, that thing, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. And it has a lot of the things that I really like on-the-fly resource management, you know. The weapons being the weapons breaking in the early game of Breath of the Wild, I'm totally okay with it. I just wish that, say, the champion's weapons and the master swords didn't break on you or temporarily give out on you, because that sucks. Like, at some point you're just done with that part of the game and it just feels overbearing and needlessly limiting. Ah, there you go. A little living history. Oh, I'm glad we didn't transform there. So I kinda, out of the sequel, I kinda want a more balanced approach. Like, either they do away with breaking weapons, period, and just give you a neat arsenal of stuff that you can use. Because it's the same Link, you should already have the Master Sword. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, at some point, you're kind of like, oh, I got a sword that doesn't immediately break. That's cool. And you soldier on, and you're the scrappy survivor, kind of like an early game Fallout character. And it's neat. But after a while, you kind of don't want to be... You kind of don't want to be that scrappy survivor anymore. You just want to be the hero with the legendary blade and whatnot, and get shit done. Yeah, that too. The game, the NPCs are all great. Like, there's a lot of fun to be had with the NPCs, but yeah, there could be more lore, and that's maybe just Nintendo doing Zelda the way they've always done Zelda, with minimal storytelling and background in certain respects. Yeah. Now, out of the sequel, I want a more stable set of weapons, and maybe some new tools. Like a grappling hook would be so much fun for climbing. And more cohesive, bigger dungeons. That's my wish list. Oh yeah, all the names that are essentially callbacks to older titles. Yeah, the big bridge you fix in Twilight Princess, that one's in Breath of the Wild 2. The Elven Bridge. It looks even pretty similar. Oh, that's just a Master Sword thing, huh? Okay. So where do we go from here? Hmm. Just a whole bunch of flavor text to flesh things out. Yeah, I agree. It would add a lot to the games. And they put a lot of thought into these games. Like if the art books are any indication of the designs in general, they have an idea. Like it's not necessarily an idea for one cohesive Hyrule, but they do design all the different races with certain cultural bits and pieces in mind. Hmm. I mean, to some extent, it's also just fan service and Easter eggs, and there's a place for that. But you're not wrong. It's also a little sad that your friend is missing out on that. But I'm not sure a lore drop would substitute having played Ocarina of Time. Mm. No, I get it. And I suppose I didn't really see it as that much of an issue because it's also a game that very much wants you to make your own experience. And I personally didn't find it lacking in that regard. But I think given the fact that there is not just a nebula before times in this game, there is one, like whatever it was, the 15,000 years before when the Guardian, when they banished Ganon the last time, and then there's 100 intervening years. There's a whole lot more ground in terms of time that they touch on, and expecting a little more lore and, connective tissue there is not unfounded. Also, the game, and that's only tangentially related to that, the game needs more enemy types. Like at some point you realize, oh, there's like 10 enemies in this game. And it kind of... And that's where the whole experience just kind of loses a little bit of its magic when you realize, oh, there's only so many tricks they have up their sleeve to create this world. Yeah, no, I get it. It's a great game. But it has its flaws and it has room for improvement. I guess I'm also just generally very generous regarding Breath of the Wild because Skyward Sword just scarred me. Like, Metroid Dread doesn't even have to be that great. If it's a noticeable step up from Other M, I'll be in heaven. Now for some character assassination. Zant. And isn't it ironic, don't you think? Here we are, all thanks to the dark magic curse you placed on Link. You speak of magic. Still your tongue for a moment, well, and I will tell you about magic and the oppression of ages. The people of a tribe that mastered the arts of magic, were locked away in this world like insects in a cage. In the shadows we regress, so much so that we soon knew neither anger nor hatred, nor even the faintest bloom of desire. And all of it was the fault of a useless do-nothing royal family that had resigned itself to this miserable half-existence. And there goes any coolness Zant has ever had. I had served and endured in that depraved household for far too long, my impudent princess. And why, you ask? Because I believed I would be the next to rule our people. That is why. That's not how royal families work. What would they acknowledge me as their king? No, and as much I was denied the magic powers befitting our ruler. It was then, in the thrall of hatred and despair, that I turned my eyes to the heavens and found a god. This is a really fun cutscene coming up. Oh, they do kind of look like the Yuku, who are also said to be the progenitors of the Hylians in this story. I love this depiction of Ganon. Doesn't really have to be the final boss. Like, if they hadn't made Zant into a joke, he could have just been this malicious influence for the entire game. I shall house my power in you. If there is anything you desire, then I shall desire it too. My god had only one wish. I missed the golden opportunity with Zant, didn't I? To merge shadow and light, and make darkness. You merely adopted the twilight. I was born in it, molded by it. Like, I don't mind that he becomes this chittering weirdo. Not in isolation, but it kind of feels like they had this really cool idea for a villain in this design. Made him menacing and foreboding and all that. And then midway through, they were like, yeah, but is Ganon in the game? Oh, no, we're kind of doing this other guy. Put Ganon in the game. Oh. Ugh. Well, how do we make Ganon cool? I know how. Let's make Zant this hyperactive screechy weirdo towards the end. That will make people glad that Ganon is around again. I have to... Yeah, I have to. I mean, it's kind of adorable, isn't it? Yeah. So they did Zant dirty in this game, in one way or another. And again, in isolation, I enjoy all the elements. I enjoy Zant being creepy and foreboding, and also being weird and screechy, and and I absolutely adore the encounter with Ganon, even though it's kind of like how in The Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine didn't have to be in the sequels. And it kind of really doesn't work, and maybe makes for a poorer overall experience. But then when he's on screen, you're still like, oh, fuck yeah. Ian McDermott chewing all the scenery. Like, what's not to laugh about? Oh my god, he's so small. Huh. Legit missed my window there. Yeah. Like, This and the Wind Waker HD remake, they should be on Switch, and they should at some point really stop re-releasing and just beat. You get a Nintendo account, you get Twilight Princess HD associated with it. Great, you get to play this on the next few consoles we put out. No, it's not a very Nintendo thing to do, but... Oh, let's boogie. Let me put on something a little greener. Boy, I've been playing so much Sekiro, you don't want to do this. Oh, okay, fair point. Yeah, and it looks nice, and the Twilight lighting effects, which were always my favorite part of the game's visuals, just look good. Plus the regular difficulty, like you can play the Wii mirrored version, where Link is right-handed and Hyrule is mirrored. You can play this if you activate Master Mode, which is also more difficult. Or you can play with regular old left-handed Link, as on the GameCube, which I preferred back in the day. By the way, do we just kill him, or... Well, does not address Zant's fate at all, huh? Oh, that's neat. You traitors! Traitors? Ha! You want to know why none would call you king? It was your eyes, Zant. All saw it. A lust for power burning in your pupils. Did you think we'd forget our ancestors lost their king to such greed? Midna, foolish Twilight Princess, the curse on you cannot be broken. It was placed on you by the magic of my god. The power you held as leader of the Tweely will never return. Oh, she's gonna lay out down some whoop-ass. Already he has descended and been reborn in this world. As long as my master, Ganon, survives, he will resurrect me without cease. His mouth is so creepy. Wow. Wow, that's just... Midna just did a murder. Hey, I used just a fraction of the power that is in me now. I did that using only a fraction of my ancestors' magic. Amazing. Hello there. We're good, I guess. Link, now's the time. We must save Zelda. The evil power Zant was wielding, I couldn't take it from him, but at least I still have the magic of my ancestors. With it, I can return the cherished power Zelda bestowed upon me. It is a fun game. Now let's go. Princess Zelda is waiting. Oh, I almost forgot this. There we go, 15 hearts, that's fine. Get you out of here. You're sure there's nothing else you need to do, right? I mean, this is an entire world, and it would probably be dope to sightsee and learn about it, but... yeah, the Twi'lek should come back in another Zelda game, that's what I'm saying. So Ganondorf was just using Zant to help him return to the world of light. I guess now we know the true nature of that barrier over Hyrule Castle. He's in Hyrule Castle, I'm sure of it. Princess Zelda is in grave danger. Now, is she dead? Is she a spirit now? Is she captured? We never quite find out, huh? We must return to this world of light and hurry to the castle. Oh. Okay, I used a bunch of arrows, but other than that, we should be good. Well, not even that much. No, I've actually played it on all the other consoles. Like, I had it on the GameCube first, and played it on the Wii with my partner. And then, yeah. Then I started playing this in Master Mode, and I was like, oh, right, let's... original Twilight Princess in HD with... I'm just realizing I'm not gonna get any shopping done here as a wolf. And I started in a Master Mode, only to realize, oh, I'm actually now playing the Wii version again, effectively. In terms of how the maps are mirrored. Anyway, this is not Master Mode, this is regular. And I really enjoyed doing this playthrough, all the stuff that I had forgotten about. Like, give it like 8 to 10 years. And there were just some dungeons I had zero recollection of. Yeah, it's not for everyone. I played a Master Mode playthrough of Breath of the Wild. Quite a bit. Because Breath of the Wild's difficulty is kind of also based on how you play the game. So I figured this is a very non-linear experience. I want to see what it feels like in a really on a much tougher difficulty. And it was a lot of fun. Except that stuff like the whatchamacallit, the Cave of Ordeals or Hero Challenge or whatever you do to power up the Master Sword permanently. That one I just couldn't do. It was way too hard. I still have to play Link Between Worlds because I don't have a 3DS. And at first I thought, wow, this looks really crappy when the first few screenshots came out in comparison to the original Super Nintendo art style. But once I saw it in motion, I was actually like, oh, this is actually a really neat facsimile of A Link to the Past in 2D. And here it had a ton of great ideas, not just the, you know, dimension shifting, but also the way you can approach the game non-linearly with all the items from the beginning. Midna Smash. Also, why are Wolf Link and Midna not in Smash Brothers? I know we're already up to 3 versions of Link, but I'm just saying, as a final Smash, yeah, Impa. Impa would be fun. Wondering which version of Impa. Like the one most suited for Big Brawl, I guess be the one from Hyrule Warriors with the huge sword. Do-do-do. Oh, wrong fanfare. It's actually one of my favorite tunes in the series, the Hyrule Castle theme. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and maybe get a little snack, but I will be back in a few minutes. And I'm back. 23 degrees for me. Somewhat cloudy. Yeah. By the way, how has the image quality been? Like, I know I'm only streaming at 720p, so yeah, I guess it's not full HD anyway, but also like I was thinking in terms of artifacts, and because I've been experimenting with hardware encoding, but I'm also on an AMD card, and I'm told in terms of quality versus bitrate and such, didn't change the bitrate versus vis-a-vis software encoding. That AMD's cards are not that great, or at least not as great as NVIDIA cards for hardware encoding. But yeah, test recordings looked fine. And my CPU requirements basically disappeared on that. Like, I wouldn't need a capture card right now, capturing a Wii U, but if the graphics card only has to work like minimally to do the encoding, even when I'm streaming a PC game. We need a key. Then it seems like a good trade-off. Or rather, not a trade-off at all, if the quality is the same. That's a lot of bokoblins who are looking to rumble, huh? I mean, sorry guys, but after the K5 ordeals, the little weak sauce. Alright, I'm also at full health, so my whirlwind attack should do a lot more damage. Come on. I have a real deficit on handheld Zelda. I've never played the Oracle games, which I'm told, even though they were not developed in-house by Nintendo, they're really great. I mean, Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, I guess I may be excused because the control scheme is a little special. Yeah, I should just stream. They're also really nice-looking GBA games, right? So, not GBA, Game Boy Color games. So they should still look okay to stream. Also, are they two completely different games, or are they kind of like Pokemon, where they are very similar but have slight differences? Oh, hey, buddy. Oh yeah, Link's Awakening basically never left my Game Boy, unless I was playing Tetris or Mystic Quest. Oh, I should play the first Mystic Quest. But then also the question, do I play one of the remakes or the original? Because it has had 2 remakes by now. Two very different games. Oh, that's exciting. And yeah, also no Link Between Worlds, and I feel I'm missing out there. Both A Link Between Worlds and Samus Returns are like games I kinda wanna experience at some point. So, to explain this for all territories, the Mystic Quest I'm referring to was called Final Fantasy Adventure in the US, and it's Seiken Densetsu in Japan. And it's like the first mana game. Yeah, I gotta investigate those games, because I'm also just a fan of Toon Link, and Phantom Hourglass is also a sequel to Wind Waker. I gotta investigate how best to stream this, and how to play it while on stream. Oh, he just talked and I completely glossed that over. Enough! Got a small key. This will open a locked door, but only in this area. Right. He just kinda fucks off. I follow the strongest side. That is all I've ever known. I like him. That's just... He spoke. Let's not look too closely at the whole child kidnapping thing. They missed a chance here. I thought for a second that we go up the stairs and then we kind of go back all the way to the entrance. I mean, like where we started, as a callback to A Link to the Past, to the dungeon in Hyrule Castle. But that's fine. Yeah, I started playing Spirit Tracks, and I was sitting on an actual train, and the game was, now blow on the DS, and I was like, I'm, god damn it. And I kinda wanna kick myself. Like, come on, be a little weird in public. Still, the DS was a godsend when I was commuting. Like, I had a 1-ish hour commute. To get to work at the time, but it was mostly one continuous stretch on a train, and I played Ghost Trick was one. Ghost Trick is such a good game, and I really need to stream that at some point. Again, need to figure out the whole dual screen situation and to what extent Ghost Trick actually used that. Because some DS games are easy, like the Chrono Trigger remake, you just don't show one of the screens and the viewers will be fine. They'll see everything. But with Ghost Trick, I don't remember if it had, like, stuff that spanned both screens. Rupees. That's amazing. So I'm not sure why I'm here. I already got the key. I guess we'll need multiples. Well, folks, you better queue up your Miley Cyrus songs because it is time. Just picturing one of the bokoblins in the back going, "Oh, I like Miley Cyrus." Not getting the reference. Also, when it comes to Spirit Tracks, I just really like the idea of Zelda being your companion throughout the whole quest. Like, our girl gets shafted. Oh, I'm sorry, pig. You okay? Our girl gets shafted so many times. Like, the entire series is named after her, and she's never been a fully playable character, like for one of the main games. And this came a little close to that, at least. I'm still hoping for a game where you control both characters and... Sorry. And then maybe switch between them, and... I mentioned this earlier. I kinda want a Zelda game where Link and Zelda have to solve dungeons cooperatively, either by switching between the characters in single player or doing it in multiplayer. Oh. Oh. Am I about to get shot on the back? Where? Who? Oh. Oh, it's the Triforce. Kinda didn't... I mean, if they're limited points, then... No, there's a fix for that. Oh. Right. Triangles do that. Hmm. Huh. Oh, yeah. I like how this final area of the game feels like something where we're not quite sure what to expect. I mean, sure, it's a castle. We tend to go up in these, but by and large... Oh, no, this walkway actually functions the way I described earlier. The sad Zelda stamp. I'm sure that one got a lot of use in the Miiverse. Yeah. Ganon. Ganon is playing the organ again. Was there a Zelda where he's actually playing? Was it Ocarina of Time? I'm really glad how Ocarina of Time gave us a great take on Ganondorf, which still kind of persists through other games. Like, in terms of characterization, I think Ganon really shined in that game. And then Wind Waker kind of made him a little bit tragic. And here, well, he's kind of here. I said it earlier that I love that Ganon is in the game, or rather I love the encounter and everything. But I think in terms of where they took the story previously, he didn't have to be in the game. That makes sense. But yeah, I'm also a sucker just for seeing him and encountering him and having the big finale of a Zelda game be between the three Triforce Barrows and all that. I think the draw is supposed to be the technique that I would love to use if it fired on time. At least that one still hit. How did I fight this guy in the Cave of Ordeals? I think I just waited for the downward swing, then went stab, stab, stab. There we go. Yeah. Yes, this is one of the reasons I fell in love with the Dark Souls games. They are kind of neat in how they simulate dueling and fencing. Like, maybe not necessarily accurate in any way, but in an exciting way. The whole back and forth between blocking and attacking. Oh. That's neat. But our lamp is full. And it's kind of how Zelda always hinted at that. And Dark Souls was one of the games that really made good on that potential. Hmm? Huh. So you're telling me I never needed any of the others to begin with? Yeah, no worries. Thank you for watching. And have a chill trip to the store. Yeah, until next time, or later. Oh. No, that's not it. Thinking this way too much. I've been live for a little over 2 hours. So I think, like, I want to finish the game today. And bearing any kind of unexpected difficulty, we should get through it today. Oh, I think it would be 3 years this summer. Yeah, there's really not much to do besides waiting for them to strike and then hitting back. Ideally not letting my guard down. Well, bit of a shame because they give you such an arsenal, and I think they even shrug off the wrecking ball. Yep, like it's nothing. And that's okay from a balancing standpoint. Like, you wouldn't want to have hard enemies like that to just fold once you throw a bomb at them. But then it's also kind of tough to use all these techniques that the wolf gave us. Like a good chunk of them also don't work. Combat could be a little more refined in this game, is what I'm saying. But then, this is a game from 2006. 6? And I don't think there was any game at the time that did it better. Unless maybe something completely combat focused like God of War. Game, why do I need rupees at this point? I mean, I guess I can use them for the magic armor, but now listen here, Link. These chandeliers are worth a fortune, so you better aim at them in an orderly manner. This can't be real. Oh? I guess we'll do the final battle in the magic armor. Blow through that moolah. Also, what else would they be giving us? Hard pieces this late into the game would be a little shitty. For those who actually want to collect them before the finale. I will commend him that the castle feels, I don't want to say like a real place, but it certainly feels more real and more lived in than a lot of other versions of Hyrule Castle. Oh, this is timed. Huh. Hi there, fellas. Not so much that it knocks them down, but how the backswing sometimes gets them. Oh, there's a thing here with towers that you have to climb, maybe, to unlock the central passage. No, it's not like I didn't learn anything in the Cave of Ordeals. Bitches. Arrow immediately bringing up the shield. Having your castle freed from Ganon must be like coming back from a long vacation. Like you're kinda groggy and just wanna go eat and sleep. But of course, there's nothing in the fridge or the barrels. because some little guy in green cleared it all out for hearts. Is this where our 3 intrepid friends come in? Oh, there's 4 of them. You know, in this game, Ganon is more less playing the organ. He's more being a conductor who's slowly giving the nod to each part of the orchestra. Is this just trial and error? How did I do this? Guess I just keep moving as best I can. Yep, can't make any big turns, just gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. And no diagonal jumps either. There's nothing on the ceiling to give me any hints. Maybe if I scoot from skull to skull. That worked. Are you okay? You just threw over a washing basket with dry clothes. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I just realized I'm on the wrong interface. Oh, okay. Not wrong interface, but wrong layout. Not that the minimap matters a whole lot at this time. Okay, but why? It's kind of just trial and error, isn't it? Good enough. Ganondorf's theme might be one of my favorite pieces of Zelda music. And the way they weave it into the Hyrule Castle theme in this one is just genius. Huh. Well, that's not gonna get hot at all. Even our poor underused spinner is getting some love. That little loving camera pass up the Dark Knight's armor, like, yeah, this is the real shit. He's kind of gold-ish. Well, since the map doesn't matter anymore, let's switch back to this one. I have a clearer idea of what my health is like. Huh. I guess that room is for the very eager ones among us. Let's just fight Ganon. What an approach. I mean, I question the logistics of this room, especially in wintertime. Like, this throne room seems like a mess to heat, and everyone who wants to go in there has got to go through the elements, but in terms of, yeah, you're really about to see the King of Hyrule, or Princess/Queen Zelda, has a certain decorum. Welcome to my castle. Yeah, Ganondorf. Been dying to meet you. You people have long amused me, Midna, to defy the gods with such petty magic, only to be cast aside. Oh, very pathetic. Pathetic as they were, though, they served me well. Their anguish was my nourishment. Their hatred bled across the void and awakened me. I drew deep of it and grew strong again. Your people had some skill, to be sure, but they lacked true power. The kind of absolute power that those chosen by the gods wield. He who wields such power would make a suitable king for this world, don't you think? Heh, such conceit. But if you're one of the chosen wielders of power as you claim, I will risk everything to deny you. Shadow has been moved by light, it seems. Amusing. Very well. Deny me then. Yes, try to deny me, you and your little friend. Oh, now that was pointless. The power of twilight compels you. Cat, what's up? Oh, you hungry? Both of you faithless fools who dare to take up arms against the King of Light and Shadow. So you choose, so you shall feel my wrath. I hate to pause the game again, but the cat is quite right, it is also her time to eat. So, be right back. Okay, sorry about that. This one is very much a classic Ganon fight. Okay. I'm surprised it didn't hit me. Sure, if I need to follow this up with, say, an arrow. Maybe this is enough. Yeah. Guess the idea is also to not really hurt Zelda. My, Zelda, what a deep love you have. Come on. They also kind of abandoned this whole plot thread that Zelda gave some of her magic or her life energy. This is a really cool shot, by the way. To protect Midna from the light world. So, but I guess Ganon already restored Zelda. It's odd. Anyway, here's the Dark Beast. The music here is pretty wild, and also it brings back my favorite mechanic. Well, the mechanic I have a love-hate relationship to. Which button do I use? Guess I'm gonna try A. Just realized I should save the game. I haven't saved all session. Or maybe after Zant. Timing was off. Yeah, so it's basically the goat wrestling mechanic from the very beginning of the game, and that's kind of cute and also bonkers. Well, how did you defeat the Lord of Darkness? Through my extensive experience with goat wrestling back home on the range. I also always struggle with the timing. Hi, Iguana. I'm good. How are you? Camera, how hard can it be to stay locked on to something this big? What? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'll try to... do better, somehow. I remember this one being a tricky one and also leaving me strapped for health for the final battle a couple of times. That's nice that the prompt didn't even come up. Game devs everywhere, don't make such a crucial battle dependent on very finicky quicktime events. Especially if you're gonna penalize the player with losing a buttload of health. I'll take that. Thank you. Game, what do you want from me? Communicate. Use your words. Okay, somehow that didn't pan out. Not sure if Wolflink can attack that part, but I just figured Master Sword probably... Like, the Master Sword wouldn't be a wrong choice. Oh, hi! Okay, I got it now. Just gotta stubbornly hold A and then wiggle the stick a little bit. This phase of the fight could use a little more. Maybe some fire breathing. I don't know. And yeah, maybe a little tighter. Yeah, no, it's good now. I will say, like, this is where my ADHD also comes in a little bit. When the game isn't immediately telling me what you're doing is right, I will try something different. And this is why I sometimes let go, on some attempts I let go of the A button. And then it's like, oh, no, you let go, that's it. Even though I was like, did I press it? Did I press it right? Do I have to hit it again? Do I have to hammer it? And I'm trying to go through all these things rather than sticking with one approach. Oh, okay, so they did address the whole Zelda's power going back to Midna. Princess, I... Say nothing, Midna. Am I just being a pig, or is there a little bit of chemistry between Midna and Zelda? Your heart and mine were as one, however briefly. Such suffering you have endured. I shall now conquer the Lilat system. This is a fantastic scene. Honestly, the game should be over now. Like, this whole dramatic thing about Midna maybe sacrificing herself. With the big explosion and oh my god, is Castletown okay? But then he's still just there, and because they had another idea for Wow, he even has her helmet. That bastard. They had another idea for a boss face, and it's a cool boss. It's a great boss fight that we're about to do. But the car also shafts Midna. As a character, and makes her accomplishments and sacrifices a little meaningless. Sorry, I'm going very critical here, and I know this is a Zelda game from almost 20 years back, but... Spirits of the light, wielders of great power that shines through the world. In my hour of need, grant me the light to banish evil. Okay. Plus we get Nazgul on horses. That is cool. Ah, had to bring those back. Yeah. I think they give her the light arrows now? Link. Chosen hero. Lend us the last of your power. And try to slow Ganondorf with my light arrows. You target him, keep him within range of my arrows. Like again, in isolation this boss fight is hella cool. Doesn't quite gel with the storytelling. And also they're kinda just trying to recreate the boss fight, the final boss fight of Wind Waker. Just this time with horses, because of Epona rules. No doubt about that. Yeah. I'll quit overanalyzing. I like this game a lot. Even if the last couple of hours feel a bit directionless. Oh, wow, we can charge our blade while on horseback. There we go. I wonder if people would still be more accepting of monarchies if what Zelda is doing right here was the bare minimum. Yeah, sure, the palace costs a lot of money, but our princess also fought the de facto devil of our world on horseback with lightning arrows, so... An impressive looking blade, but nothing more. Will you hear my desire? Take this foul blade and use it to blot out the light forever. Also dig how he uses the blade that they used to incarcerate him as a trophy. And the music here slaps. One of the most powerful renditions of his theme. We're fine, we're fine. Wow, that's luxurious. Just throwing out fairies, huh? I think that did a little damage. Come on. I guess I literally missed my chance, huh? Ah. Oh, very mid 2000s. Come on. While we're fighting Ganon, I still wonder if they're gonna follow up on that thing in Breath of the Wild, where the hero on the tapestry from a long time ago looked a lot like Ganondorf. Along with that weird zombie creature from the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. Like, I kinda dig the idea that Ganon may at some point have been the hero of one of these stories. Link, stop twirling your blade, you're not impressing anybody. Could be it. And that's The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. What a good game. Like, I nitpicked the hell out of the ending there, even though I love this confrontation and everything. Do not think this ends here. The history of light and shadow will be written in blood. Whoops. Out of batteries. Ah, those double A's go quick. Right, this weird ass scene where Zant telepathically breaks Ganon's neck. Or was it the other way around? Who knows? You know, we've seen her without the helmet before, and he crushed the helmet. You can't show her without the helmet again. So this will never happen, but is it wrong that I want another Zelda game with Midna? She's the best traveling companion Link has ever had. Also, throughout this whole scene where she's in her true form, Link looks at her like he just discovered his sexuality. I'm sorry, but he just stares. What? Say something. Am I so beautiful that you have no words left? There she is. She's also a complete asshole. And I love that about her. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. What a good game. So many really fun dungeons. A bunch of items don't get used nearly enough, like the spinner, and the ending seems like it kind of shoehorns Ganon into the story, even though Zant has been built up as a villain and then just kind of gets ridiculed. Could have used some fleshing out there, or they could have just dropped Ganon or just left hints of his influence in there. Like, not every Zelda game needs Ganon, even though I love it when Link and Ganon clash. Yeah, the spinner is so much fun, isn't it? Like, the dungeon where you use it is thrilling. Just racing up the walls and the boss fights, and then it just kinda... Oh yeah, it could be the same font. I'm not that versed in, you know, font details. Like, if you told me that was Arial, I might be skeptical, but I could also just believe you. But yeah, maybe it's just a font that Nintendo was very, pardon the pun, fond of. Yeah, I like the side quest with the kids. At first, you're a little like, wait, I'm Link. I'm supposed to save Hyrule, but for much of the game, he's really just out there trying to help out his neighbors, and it grounds the story in a way that's really lovely. And the story of the kids just weaves in and out. It doesn't feel tacked on, in my opinion. You meet all these fun little supporting characters like the innkeeper and her beautiful cat. Very good. Oh shit. There's a chest there and it's taunting me. I wonder if it would be opened if I'd ever gotten to it. Oh, look who inherited our sword. Colin. Good lad. They do this NPC montage in pretty much every Zelda game, but for some reason this one really gives me a Link to the Past vibes in a good way. Also, how is Elden Bridge still... Wait, no, that's not Elden Bridge, that's the other one. Also now I kinda want to play Skyward Sword, but more for the story and the characters. And some of the really good dungeons, rather than the gameplay. And like, Skyward Sword has really good parts, but also parts that I really, really actively dislike, and it's the only Zelda game that kinda fell through in like that for me. But oh, the Yeti couple. I love them. But I was just thinking that in this game, Link is just gonna go home to Auden Village, and that will be that, and maybe he'll at some point marry Ilia and whatnot. But Skyward Sword actually told a romantic story between Link and Zelda, and did a good job in my opinion. It didn't click with me, sorry. There's a lot to love in Skyward Sword, but I felt it very restrictive, very hand-holdy. It wasn't even the motion controls, that I could look past. That didn't always quite work out, but the way the game was structured was very... A lot of it felt like a chore rather than, you know, an adventure. And maybe if I see the Switch remake discounted somewhere, I'll give it another look. I hear they did a little bit about face interruptions and probably also the stealth quests where you get something. But yeah, not a Link Zelda dynamic in Skyward Sword I really like that. That for once they made it more or less explicit that, oh yeah, those two are gonna get together. And because I'm perfectly fine in situations where Link and Zelda are just, you know, more or less incidentally working together, as in this one. Like, I don't see these two as a couple, but like they barely interact in the game. But with so many variations of the characters, the idea of them becoming romantically involved has been in the room for so long, and Skyward Sword committed to that, and I like that. Well, I guess this is farewell, huh? Light and shadow can't mix, as we all know. But it slightly changed her voice. Never forget that there's another world bound to this one. Shadow and light are two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. Another reason the good goddesses left the Mirror of Twilight in this world. They left it because it was their design that we should meet. And also, throwing away the key to the prison you made would be kind of dickish, but anyway. Yes, that is what I believe. Zelda, your words are kind, and your heart is true. If all in Hyrule are like you, then maybe you'll do all right. That outfit is so cool. Thank you. Well, the princess spoke truly. As long as that mirror's around, we could meet again. Link, I'm not that into you. I see you later. Feel that. Hit him right in the tree force. I don't wonder why she did it. Because Ganon is no longer a threat, neither is Zant. They could coexist. But I guess she really wanted to make sure that her people would stay safe from any Hylian shenanigans in the future. And I mean, they have been, evidently. There hasn't been another game involving the Tweely. What a nice final shot. Link and the opponent coming home. Also, this is one Link who has a home to come home to. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna wrap it up here because I also need to get started. Okay. Kind of sounded for a second there like they were gonna launch into a jazz number. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It's been a delight to play this game, even though I had my low energy patches throughout this playthrough. I was a little stretched out. I'm gonna get this on YouTube soon, so that if any of you feel like it, you can revisit parts of the playthrough. My archive over on YouTube in general is a good place to check out what I've been playing the past few years. And if you wanna be notified when I come back online, you can follow me here on Twitch or on Twitter in Mastodon. I guess I'll do another stream. Like, I have a very loose schedule that aims for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday stream. And I post when I go online on socials. And if you're ever feeling particularly generous, I also have a tip jar over on Ko-fi.com, but I consider that entirely optional. Yeah. Yes, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Great start into the week. Take care of yourself. Take care of the folks around you. Wear a mask if you decide to go outside. Get vaccinated if possible. All that jazz. And I'll see you next time. Bye.